everyone. How are we? Welcome TikTok, welcome Facebook, welcome YouTube. I'm a little bit late tonight, but I do like being fashionably late. It is something I am definitely known for. I'm not the best timekeeper. It's not that I'm not the best timekeeper in the world. I'll tell you why I'm quite often late. It's not because I'm not here. I am here. I get my head fixated into it. Once my head's fixated, I have to finish it before I can move on to the next thing. And I normally start something and I think, I've got 10 minutes until it's live. And I start something that's going to take 15 minutes. 10 minutes before the live. That is generally it. That is genuinely, they're both the reason for it. Anyway, how are we, everyone? It is Monday, the 4th of August. It is our second live of the day. If you were here this morning, that is. It's my second live of the day. It's Monday. It's a new weight loss week. How has your new weight loss week been? New day, first day of your weight loss. How's your Monday been? Simply. How has your Monday been? Have you had a good Monday? I've had a lovely Monday. I do this every Monday. Tell me why. I do love Mondays. I generally do. They're not the worst day of the week by any means. I don't really have any bad days of the week, if I'm being honest with you. One thing I hate about Mondays is time, where it disappears to. I always think to myself, I've got a live in the morning, a live in the evening, 12 hours in between, or roughly something like that. Right? Go to the gym, do this, do that. It just disappears. I think what it is I give myself too much to do on a Monday. I write my task list down in the morning, coming right on to this, and this. I never ever complete it, so I'm giving myself too much to do. But it has been a good Monday. It's very, very busy. What have I done today? I've been out and about. I've got a few bits and pieces for content. I've got a lot of ingredients, this week's recipe, a few other bits and pieces. I'm thinking of doing a yogurt bowl recipe book, right? I'm banging to my yogurt bowls at the moment. I absolutely love them. They get lots of engagement when I post them on social media. Like I posted my peanut butter and jam or peanut butter and jelly one on Saturday. And lots of comments. Is there a recipe? Yeah, I posted it a couple of weeks ago, but then people can't be asked to go and do the news feed. And I just think with yogurt bowls, they're ace, aren't they? You take, you can have them for breakfast, you can have one for lunch, you can have them for afternoon snack. That's what I do. You can take them on the train, take them on the bus, take them to work, have them in the office. You can prep them you can prep 5 on you can prep them all on a Sunday afternoon. 5 bowls will be right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Be fine. Absolutely. Add your granola as you go along. So, I've been and got a lot of ingredients for yogurt bowls. I've been coming up with recipes for different yogurt bowls. Tomorrow, I will be making a pina colada yogurt bowl. Pineapple and coconut, basically. But if I call it pina colada, all the piss cans out there go, ooh, pina colada. We'll have that. We'll have that. Including me. It's my favourite cocktail. Probably why. So, yes, keep your eyes peeled tomorrow for a pina colada, Rodney, yogurt bowl. So I'm thinking of doing. I've got 20 recipes. I've got 20. That's what I've been doing it a bit over the weekend. I've got 20 different yogurt bowl recipes. High protein, lots of volume, lots of fibre. Tasty as. Someone's going to comment now. I don't want to like yogurt. Eat it with something else. No, I can't. Anyway, there we go. So I was thinking of doing a yogurt bowl recipe book. Callum, evening boss, you're in at number 1. Amy's in at number 2. Steph GC is in at number 3. Lou is in at number 4. Lou, I've not had a chance to listen to the rep. I know you messaged me back after. I will be in. It'll probably be tomorrow morning. Please, I'm not being ignorant. Faye's in at number 5. You are my top fan this evening. Thank you very much. Sheila's in. Good evening. James, good evening. Jane, good evening. Jane, yeah, I've said that right. Debs, good evening. Kelly C, good evening. Helen, evening all. Angela, Lynn, hello. Sarah's in as well. Good evening. I tried the gym to go on treadmill because of the weather, but it was too busy for my anxiety. Oh, Callum. Yeah, I think, what's happened there is everyone's had the same idea as you. I've done it today. I've gone to the gym today. I just did 40 minutes on. I think I did about 35 minutes on the cross trainer. Right, that was it. Get in there. 35 minutes on the cross trainer. By the time I finished, I'd done about 7,500 steps. And then the weather went dead nice here. I don't know what it's been like where you are, but it was literally lasted down this morning, a bit breezy. And then we had about an hour from say 10:30 till 11:30, where it lasted down and it was dead windy. After that, it stayed dead windy, but it was cracking flags. It was warm. It was warm wind. Right? It wasn't cold because I went out in a fleece. It's like, oh, get my fleece out. I was sweating me bloody bits off. And then, yeah, the wind's just it's still a bit blustery, but nothing major. And it's just been cracking flags for about 12:30 today. It's been lovely. So I was like, go to the gym. I won't do my weights today. I'll do 35 minutes cross trainer. That'll get me about 5,000 steps in. I'd already done a couple of thousand before I got to the gym already. And then I've got to go to Aldi on the way back. I'm the post office. I thought, I'll have done 8,500 steps by the time I get home at 1 o'clock. I had. Great. Anyway, that just meant I've sat on my bum for the rest of the day. Well, I haven't actually. I've done 13,589 steps on a day where I thought I'd be struggling to get to 10. But anyway, there we go. Pina colada is one of my boyfriend's favourite cocktail too. Love the one in slug and lettuce. I don't think I've ever had a slug and lettuce. I will have done. I don't think I've had to slug. I've been to slug and lettuce. I don't know if I've had a pina colada. I will have done. I've not been out in a town. They all have slug and lettuces in like town centres, don't they? And I don't go into town centres or like city centres anymore. The nearest I get to a town is like Polton, that's just down the road, or Kirkham, which is where Ruby Hall is. And they're not really well, Polton's probably a bit more of a town, I suppose. I had a pina colada in Benidorm, and I'm going back there. I'm going to go back there. I'm going to pay full whack for one. The €12. All right, it's in the old town. It's quite a nice little cocktail bar bit at the end of the Gin Alley. And we went, and it was happy hour, and they were €5 each, €5 each, €5 each, which at the time with the exchange rate, it's like less than £4.50, and they were sensational. Best pina colada I've had for a long, long time, if not ever. Such a good pina colada. It on happy hour at €5. Anyway, really nice, little Spanish. I say little, so I don't mean they were little. It was a little Spanish bar. I didn't say a little Spanish couple. They were just normal-sized people. But it was a little Spanish bar right at the end. But husband and wife run it, and they were literally, I was chatting to him a little bit. I'm like that, man. What, you talk a lot? Yeah, I talk to him a little bit. And basically, bless him, when she's running the bar, he's with the kids. When he's running the bar, she's with the kids. So unless the bar is shut and they open 7 days a week, they don't really get much time together. I think they shut. No, they might shut 1 day a week or something like that. Or anyway, I love stuff like that, like a little family-run business. Though they do at night time, both go in the bar with the children. The children play in the streets, stuff like that. I just loved it. I love stuff like that. Proper Spanish vibes. Yes, there are proper Spanish vibes in Benidorm. Anyway, I'm going to go back in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to go at night time and actually pay €12 for a pina colada because they deserve it, because it was well worth €12. Anyway, there you go. That's my story of a pina colada in Benidorm. I can't remember what the bar is. I know exactly where it is. It's at the end of Tapas Alley, where the courtyard of Tapas Alley is. Sweet shop. If anyone knows Benidorm, Tapas Alley, where the Casa Aragonotha is, and then you've got Bar 69 Oliver's. Come down the hill, sweet shop. First bar at the top of Gin Alley, if you know Benidorm. Best pina colada I've had for a long, long time, if not ever. I highly recommend it. Bill Joy, yes, Lynn, you go find the pina colada place. I'll send me order. I'll message you my order when you tell me you're there. I've done 24,000. Oh, James is back. James is back. The movement's back with James. We love that. We love that, mate. What do you think of keto? It's just pointless. I had this guy today commenting. I put the Asda protein meals on. How many carbs are in it? I didn't even answer him because I knew what he was asking. Like, well, carbs make fat, so it's not so protein. Processed food, it's carbs make fat, mate. It's like, no, they don't. Right. So ketogenic diet. It's just pointless. Right. It's unsustainable. It's not healthy. So a lot of people go, carbs are not essential. They're not. Nothing's essential to survive. Calories are. So if you eat nothing but carbs, you'll survive. If you eat nothing but protein, you'll survive. As long as you give your body energy that it can convert into fat so it can fuel your organs, you'll survive. Doesn't mean you're healthy. Doesn't mean your life expectancy is going to be ace, but that's all the body needs. Anything that contains calories, doesn't matter what it is, the body will convert it into fat and then it can be used as energy. But all three macronutrients we eat, carbs, fats, and protein, is essential for optimal health. Right, it's essential to feel good. So, what is carbs' main role in the body? Recovery and energy, right? And not just any. And people are like, well, if you don't go to the gym, you don't need the energy. No, you need the brain. Carbs are the main fuel source of the brain, right? Carbs also help to balance blood sugars. Not what? Carbs also contain fiber, contain vitamins, they contain minerals. They're just an essential macronutrient. So I will never ever cut anything out of my diet that would be detrimental to my health. All right, now don't get me wrong, you might have something like, well, you include foods in your diet that are detrimental to your health. No, because I don't overconsume them. Do I eat what people class as unhealthy foods? Yeah, but not overconsume them. I eat them, yeah. Of course I don't drink alcohol. I had 4 beers on. If you put alcohol in your body, you cannot demonize anything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right? You cannot say, oh, that's got a bit of salt in it. You are drinking pure poison. That's what alcohol is. One alcoholic drink kills brain cells. It makes your brain numb. Right? That's what and they don't grow back. Right? They don't grow back. Now, again, I'm not fear mongering here. I drink alcohol. I don't drink it to excess. Do I have days where I get absolutely blottoed? Yeah. Is one glass of wine going to kill enough brain cells to do me any long-term damage? No. But it is the number one. If we're going to single anything out that we might put in our body that is the worst thing in the world for us, it's not sugar, it's not salt, it's not additives, it's not, preservatives, it's not a little bit of something that makes something last 2 weeks. No, it is alcohol. Number one. Right? The number one worst thing you can put into your body. So if anyone and this is where I get a lot of these people on Facebook, it's got, profile picture, 2 bottles of Corona. Ooh, look at me, having a great time. Oh, don't eat that protein crumpet. That's pure poison. That's why people have cancer, because they're eating things like that. You've got 2 bottles of Corona. Even that one woman, she went proper rant. This is how crazy people are. This is how crazy people are. And this one woman, earlier on in the year, she went proper rant on my page. Proper rant. Brutal. As if I was walking around, knifing people. That's how she treated me, right? And I literally said, please don't demonize food when your profile picture is you holding a cocktail. 2 cocktails. She had 2 cocktails in her hand. And then she come back and she went, well, I'll have you know, they weren't my cocktails. They were the cocktails of someone off the table next to us. And I just asked if I could pick them up to have a picture with them. And I was like, even if that's true, the least thing you need to worry about is whatever's in that product. If you're literally asking strangers on a table, it's not her cocktails, right? Imagine, if I'm sat in Spain with my 2 lovely pina coladas that I've just paid, one for me, one for 8, so I've just paid 25 euros for, right? And some woman comes up to me and goes, they look lovely. Do you mind if I pick them up and stick them either side of my head, touching my hair, right? So I can have a picture with my husband, full, brand new cocktails, right? And then I'll give them you back and you can drink them. You're going to go, you're all right. Look, I'd rather just, is it really? No. I mean, maybe she's that batshit crazy that she has to do that. I don't know. But I was just like, no, love, do your cocktails. And just go, no, you're right. I have been a bit over the top with what I've said there. And yes, I do drink alcohol, which is the worst thing anyone can put into their body. Anyway, there we go. That's my little rant over with. But anyway, keto, just a pointless diet. Doesn't do anything, Let's look at it. Anyone that doesn't know what the ketogenic diet is, it's basically cutting carbs out of our diet. We've got 3 macronutrients. Whatever you eat, right, whatever you put in here, right, if it contains calories, is either classed as a protein, carb, or fat. And it contains either 1, 2, or all 3 of those things. But wherever the predominant macronutrient is what you would class it as. So a chicken breast does have a little bit of fat in it, but it will be classed as a protein because it's predominantly protein. A piece of bread could have a little bit of fat in it, and it does have a little bit of carbs in it. Does have a little bit of fat in it, but it does have a bit of protein in it, but it's mainly carbohydrates, so it's classed as a carb. So everything we eat is made up of 1, 2, or all 3 of those things, and we should. And basically, the ketogenic diet is to cut out carbs and just eat protein and fat. Why people promote it is because of the carb insulin model. It was in the 70s. It's been debunked a million times. And basically, when we eat carbohydrates, our blood sugars go up. We then release insulin from the pancreas that allows our blood sugars to then be transported into our cells to be used as energy. But another process of insulin is it promotes lipogenesis, which is the conversion of food into fat. So people call it a fat storage hormone. Correct, it is. Every single thing we eat has to be converted into fuel that the human body can recognize, which is either fat or glycogen, right? Glycogen is from blood sugars. Everything else converts into fat, right? Calories convert into body fat because that's what the body uses as its primary fuel source, yeah? So, but people put two and two together and get fat. But because insulin causes fat storage, it's counterproductive to fat loss. No, if you eat 250 calories a day, the 250 calories you eat will store as fat in your body. The fact that you're then going to burn 2,000 calories means you're in a 1,750 calorie deficit. Store 250, take out 2,000. The net minus net of that is 1,750, which is half a pound of fat loss. Right? So that's where the big keto thing come in. And then what a lot of people then push is when you don't eat, you need carbs. This is how essential carbs are to the human body. If you don't consume carbs, the body converts fat and protein together to make a version of carbohydrates in our liver, which just so happens to push our blood sugars up. Right? So again, that's counterproductive. Saying, I'm not going to eat carbs, but then I don't do this and I go into ketosis, which then pushes our blood sugars up anyway. That's how essential carbs are. The body needs them. But then a lot of people say, right, well, when you're not eating carbs, the body will convert fat and protein into carbs, which is called ketosis, and it is, and that increases fat burning, which it actually does. Right? It actually does. You will burn more fat by not eating carbohydrates. You won't lose any more fat. Fat loss is down to thermodynamics, calories in versus calories out. I will burn more fat walking at 5 miles an hour than I will at 3 miles an hour. But just because I walk at 5 miles an hour and burn more fat at 5 miles an hour doesn't mean I'll lose more fat walking at 5 miles an hour than at 3 miles an hour. Because if someone that walks around all day at 5 miles an hour puts themselves into a 2,000 calorie a day deficit, right? Sorry, someone that walks around at 5 miles an hour all day puts themselves in a 250 calorie a day deficit, and the person that walks around at 3 miles an hour all day puts themselves in a 500 calorie deficit, the person that's walking slower will lose more fat than the person that's walking quicker because their deficit is bigger. Fat loss is simply down to your calorie deficit, the amount of calories you consume versus the amount of calories you burn. That is it, all right? It's not about burning. Obviously, we have to burn energy and we put less in. So it comes into it, but it's not about what can I do that burns the most fat will equal the most fat loss. It doesn't at all. This is where a lot of people go wrong with it, you know? Anyway, the ketogenic diet, waste of time. And the worst thing about the ketogenic diet is it is unsustainable. You will not stick to it long enough to hit your goal. Will there be the odd person, like an absolute minority, that will come on and go, I've done keto for 5 years. I lost 5 stone and I've kept it off. Of course there is. There's always going to be the minority. There's a minority of people that speed all the time and have never got caught speeding. It doesn't mean that's how you should drive a car. Just because someone gets away with it, a minority gets away with it, doesn't mean it's the right way to do things. Yeah? Right, let me scan up. I remember this woman. She's absolutely bonkers. The one talking about cocktails. Absolutely bonkers. Some people's excuses, when I call them out, you know, kind of the day did it. He commented something, and I just sometimes, when they really go at me, right, when I'm like, they're getting a little bit personal, like they're like, some of them just go, oh, counter shit. Oh, that's poison. You know, when they really spend time to like really construct a post, I'm like, all right, fiery range, right? Come on, let's have a battle. Right, the first thing I'll do is I'll jump into their profile. I'll have a little look. Who is this person that's great? You know, what are they? Are they this fitness? And generally, you'll scan through, and someone got called out the other week, not by me, by someone else, going, nice cover photo of your children eating KFC. And again, when they've been caught out, then they either disappear. A lad did it the other day, blocked me. Literally blocked me. It was like, you know, his comments were like phosphates and something else that were in something. I said, cool. I said, please tell me in the quantities consumed, it's what I say all the time, I never get a response, quantities that are consumed in this product, how those phosphates affect us health-wise. he said, well, no one's going to eat just one, are they? Okay, well, how many people? And then he commented, what do I look like, Google? I said, well, you've been Googling your last 3 comments, so what's changed now? Is it now that Google can't help you because there's no answer? And then he just blocked me. I was like, bye-bye, see you later. Or they get ranty. Anyway, what was I talking about? This guy. Oh yeah, this guy. So he went on about such and such. Can't remember what it was. And that day, or the day before maybe, he was criticising something. Sugar. That was it. Sugar. And that day or the day before, he had a picture of him. When you've done an hour and a half walk, this is the prize at the end. Massive cream cake and a big coffee, right? So I'm like, what's the difference between that I've posted and the fact that you're having a cream? Well, I'm not past it. And he just went off on this rant. And then he said, but his first comment was, oh, so you're a stalker as well as a weight loss coach, are you? I went, it's called social media, mate. Like, you know, just because my post might have popped up on your FYP because I post quite a lot and I've got quite good engagement and I know how to trigger the algorithm so my post gets sent out there. Social media is social media. You don't get to pick and choose unless you make your profile as private as possible or you decide to sit in the background and not comment. If you're going to comment on someone else's post, why can't I comment on your post? Like, just because I've got a few more followers than you might have, it's social media, social media. You put a profile picture on there, that isn't just for you to see or your partner to see. That's social media. It's for the world to see. And it's funny that, isn't it? People posting pictures and then other people commenting on them. Just like what you've done to me is what I'm doing to you. And I actually commented on his photo. I didn't cut and paste his photo and post it on my post. I went into his profile and he just went stalking it. I said, no, you've commented on my social media post. I'm thinking it on yours. You know, anyway, it's amazing. It's amazing how you can trigger people on social media. It's unbelievable. But everyone has this. I tell you why a lot of people criticise. They want to feel that they're better than everyone else. Anyone will only bring someone down that's flying higher than them. If someone sees someone here and they're here, yeah, they shoot upwards. You know, you shoot upwards. You know, anyone that's a plane in the sky, they're not getting attacked from above here. Where do planes get attacked from? They either get attacked from other planes that are on the line with them or they're below them, right? When a plane's doing this, it's very rare that anything up here is going to attack them, right? So people will only try and bring someone down that's flying higher than them. And I don't mean when they say I'm flying higher than them, it's a bit of jealousy. They probably, you know, and he was a fitness guy and he posted quite a lot of fitness content on his post. No engagement, it's boring, doesn't do anything to help anyone else. It's just him in the mirror like that. You know, like, that's it. Here's me eating my egg white omelette. No one's interested, Chief. You can post as many times as you want, but if you're boring as hell and no one likes content, no one's going to interact with you. But then he's seeing me probably getting a bit of engagement. You go, why is he getting it, not me? So I'll try and bring him down. That's it. That easy. Let's have a look at YouTube. Kevin, good evening. Kevin, do you have any good Indian curry recipes? Something a bit spicier than a tikka? I haven't. Do you know what? I find it's one thing I've not mastered is making a good, like, I've got like, I can do chicken tikka, like, or, you know, like chicken in yogurt with spices and stuff like that. Like things, but actually a good curry, it's not my forte. I've never done one where I'm like, wow. East Asian food, India's not classed as East Asian, it's Indian food, isn't it? I always get confused with how you label each thing, but things like Thai food and Chinese food, I'm pretty good at. I'm all right at that. Italian food, I think I'm pretty decent at. Standard British food, I'm good at. Mexican, I'm pretty good at. Indian, I've never quite nailed it. I don't even got the patience for it. It's all about cooking out stuff, isn't it? And a lot of my recipes, I like to be quick and easy and simple. Whereas a lot of Indian, curries always taste better the next day, don't they? It's like a bit more time consuming. But I will work on it. I always think with curries as well, like, you can make a low calorie curry. You can, because you can make it make it a tomato based one rather than a cream one. Leave it with me. Maybe I'm doing myself an injustice there. I'm trying to, like I say, don't get me wrong. like I've done I've got a recipe somewhere. It might be in my cookbook where I've done like tikka masala wraps or something. I might call them tikka masala wraps. So it's basically, yogurt, garam masala, bit of curry powder, bit of cumin, a few bits and pieces in a bit of honey and Greek yogurt, and then marinate your chicken in it and then pan fry it. I've done something like that before. I can't quite remember. Leave it with me. I'll have a look. Had a bad day. I'm still under my calories. It's not a bad day then. Still did my workout, but I've ate terrible food today. So you've not had a bad day. We've got to stop demonizing ourselves. You've just had a day where you've eaten slightly unhealthy, right? Or you've eaten slightly. Again, I always say this: there's no such thing as unhealthy foods. There's only overall unhealthy diets. Like a Mars bar doesn't make you unhealthy. 2 lettuce leaves doesn't make you healthy, right? We've got to think of it like that. If you have a day of eating less nutrient-dense food, it can. My worst thing about eating less nutrient-dense food for a whole day, and I tend to do it on a Sunday, is it can have a bit of a knock-on effect where it can increase cravings a little bit. It can make you feel a bit tired and a bit lethargic. It can make you feel a bit tired, a bit lethargic, and it's just now if you don't have a great relationship with food, right? The guilt, we still have this association that makes me fat, and that's probably where Anis is struggling a bit there. If he's looking at what he's eaten, it's very hard to get away. It took me years to get away from that mentality. I knew in the back of my mind, I know that food doesn't make me fat. I know it's calories in, calories out, but we still have that association. It takes ages to get rid of. Where do you stay in Benny? I want to go in October. Kevin, private message me. I can give you a few places. It depends what you want. Do you want apartments? Do you want a hotel? Do you want Old Town, New Town? Do you want to be in the crazy bit? Do you want to be in the family bit? Are you going with me? Let me know. I can be your Benidorm travel agent. I don't know how many times I've been. I went twice a year as a kid from 2000 wasn't a kid then. I went twice a year as a kid from 1986 to 1996. So that's 20 times, right? I did actually go to Benidorm. I did go into Benidorm. We actually went to a place called Alfast LP, which is about 4 or 5 miles up the coast from Benidorm, a little bit inland, because a friend of my dad's had a villa. Well, it wasn't a friend of my dad's. He was a friend of my dad's, but it was also my dad's client. He had a villa there, and he used to let us go there for nothing. And sometimes he paid for us to go there as well if we'd had a good year. So very lucky with that. But we used to hire a car, and we used to go to Benidorm a few times when we were there, and this, that, and the other. So I've been 20 times there. And then as an adult, pre-weight loss journey, I went 4 times. Pre-weight loss journey, I went 4 times. And since my weight loss, since 2014 when I started my weight loss journey, I reckon I've been, 15 times. I don't know. I think so. So all in all, from being 6 years of age to now, I reckon I've been 40 times. So I do know Benidorm pretty well. So I could be your travel agent. I don't mind that. People are like, you've been to Benidorm. I love it, right? And if you go, and you've never been, you'll feel the same. I don't know if anyone knows Hashtag Brady. He's just been for the last 4 days. And he did a bit of an injustice because he said the food was rubbish. The food is amazing, but you've got to go into the Old Town for good food. Yeah, there's decent food in the New Town, but it's just British stuff, really. There are some decent restaurants actually in the New Town, but mainly the good food's in the Old Town. I don't think he ever went into the Old Town. But he sort of summed it up well. He just sort of said, if you're not pretentious and you're not stuck up your own bum and you just love having a good time and a good, and you don't want to get ripped off, good prices, good people, good laugh, sunshine, beautiful beach, it's the place for you. And he's literally said, if you're into smashed avocado and pomegranate coming out your arsehole, then it's not for you. If you're not into that, then and I'm not into I'm Mr. Pints and pork scratchings, and I'm not. I love it. I absolutely love it. So anyway, there you go. I am Mr. Benidorm. I would live there. I know it's different if you live somewhere. Rachel always says that. She says, if we ever split up, she said, you'd move there. She said, you'd move there. You'd live in that bloody camping Villamar in a caravan. I said, I bloody would. And I'd love it. I'd do all my lives on my deck outside my caravan. I don't care. Anyway, does exercise put us into a bigger deficit? Yes, but not a big one. Does exercise put into a bigger deficit? Yes, but not a bigger one. Obviously, exercise burns calories, right? Does it massively increase our calorie deficit? No, unless you do ridiculous amounts of exercise. I go to the gym 6-7 days a week now. Right? I've been absolutely, and I love it. And that's mainly because I've gone back spinning. So I like to do weights 5 days a week, but the days I spin, I don't do weights, and I do spin twice a week now. So I've been going 7 days a week, right? Doing all sorts of different bits and pieces. And even me going 7 days a week training, that this includes 2 high intensity spin classes, 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes of weights 4 times a week, sometimes 5, and then 15 minutes on the cross trainer 4 times a week, sometimes 5, probably burns 2,000 calories. Now, 2,000 calories sounds like a lot, but for the amount I do for those 2,000 calories, it isn't a lot. And if you divide that by 7, it increases, my exercise increases my calorie burn by about 250 calories a day. But I do a ridiculous amount of exercise. For most people, let's say you go to the gym on average 3 times a week for an hour at a time. You'll probably burn 250. Doesn't matter what your watch says. Doesn't matter what your watch says. You'll probably burn 250 to 300. My watch says I do 500. You don't. Right? You're probably doing about 250 to 300 calories a time. Give you the benefit of doubt. Say you do 300 calories. That's 900 calories over a week. Right? 3 sessions a week. Divide that by 7. Divide 900 by 7. It's like what? 130? It increases your calorie burn by 130 calories a day. So yeah, you're in a bigger deficit, but it's not, it certainly isn't the increase in deficit that it's worth for the emphasis that people put on exercise, right? It really, really isn't, it just isn't. It just really, really isn't worth the emphasis that people put on it. Guys, I'm going to put my link tree in on the Facebook and YouTube page. Whenever I do this, I seem to get a bit of a sign up, so it's worth doing. My one-to-one plans. 2 people have signed up today. Thank you very much. I've got 5 in for Monday now. I might squeeze one more in. I'll tell you why I might squeeze one more in. This week's check-ins is quiet check-in. It's not quiet. It is busy, but it's quieter than last week. So I'd rather start more people this Monday and then less people the Monday after. Does that kind of make sense? Because I'm quite happy to increase. So anyone that starts a week today will fall on this Friday's check-in cycle, right? The check-in cycle that's gone is packed, right? It's really, really busy. So I'm trying to limit the amount of people starting on that check-in cycle. So I'm kind of been doing a little bit what is it? I'm trying to do just trying to make the check-in cycle's gone a little bit quieter in a way, or not quite, not trying to put as much stress, and then make next week's a little bit busier. Anyway, so I've got 5 people signed up for next Monday, but I might do another couple. So I've got some summer deals on. Yes. Half price sign up on my one-to-one monthly plan. So 15 quid sign up. That's it. I'll start your DD at the end of the month. Right. So you pay 15 quid now. You get a couple of weeks weight loss coaching until you pay any more. There is a monthly subscription. It's £29.99 a month for a minimum 3 months. After that, it's a rolling contract. Cancel whenever you want to. So pay 15 quid now. You'll get coaching for the rest of August for that. Then it's £29.99 end of August, one at the end of September, one at the end of October. That will cover you until the end of November. Right all the way, pretty much all the way up to Christmas. Right, you've got your weight loss coaching locked in. Then you'll go on to a rolling contract. So if you want to cancel it straight away, not a problem. Or if you want to do another 3 months, I want to stick with you for January, February, March, just to get out after Christmas, then I might find whatever. I've also got a deal. So you don't need to, if you don't want to pay monthly, you don't want a direct debit going out, you've got to commit to a year. Right? You want to commit to a year, it's 260 quid. One-off payment, boom, done. That's it. You've got full 12 months. I'll coach you till next August. So you'll actually have 12 months and 3 weeks of weight loss coaching. 260 quid, one-off payment, regular check-ins, access to me 24 hours a day, full plan to follow. And this time next year, you can be at least 4 stone lighter, depending on what you're going to put in. I'm not a miracle cure. Weight loss deal, summer deals this way. Or if you go into our link tree, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, right? There's an inquiry form at the top. Click on that, send over an inquiry form. I'll send you all the details. Or you can just go into the shop. If you go into the shop, it'll take to my website. Click on monthly plan. All the information is in there, plus the discount codes to get the deal. I've put that now on. I've got a flipping fly in here that's nipping. Why are there nipping flies at the moment? Right? You go through times of year, don't you, where there's different insects. This time of year is flipping, or going into August, into September, is wasps and nipping bloody flies. Ran over. Anyway, I've got a nipping fly that keeps nipping my leg. Get off! It's tiny as well. Why are there different flies? Why do some flies nip and some flies don't? Anyway, it was there yesterday, nipping on me. Anyway, there we go. Are you on the compound? If so, do you take your 2 injections the same day? Tirzepatide. Is that MJ? I always get with these peptides. There's semaglutide. I think that is MJ, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. What's the other? I know it's a GLP-1. It is. It's Mounjaro. You don't take 2 injections a day from Mounjaro. I knew it was Mounjaro. In fact, they're all Wegovy's 1 injection a week as well. The daily injections have gone now, haven't they? At the Saxon, I don't think there is daily injections. Weight loss. Anyway, if so, do you? I didn't know. I've never heard anyone call it a compound before. If so, do you take your 2 injections same day? You don't take 2 injections same day with MJ. You take 1 injection once a week with it. Yeah. Right. Let me scan down. I'm still getting bit by this fly. 1-1 up there with one of my best picks, Callum. That's very kind of you to say, my man. Callum smashed his journey. Callum's been with me 9 months and lost 4 stone. So when I say he can be at least 4 stone lighter in a year, Callum's proof there that you can do more than 4 stone in a year. I tend to coach 4 stone in a year. I think that's healthy, sustainable fat loss. But can people push it a little bit more than that? They can do. They can do if they want to. They can do that healthily and sustainably. You know, it just depends how on it you are a little bit, the lifestyle that you lead, the movement that you're willing to do. And Callum's not even flogged his guts out with movement. His movement's miles better than it was when he started on plan. And it's decent. He's got it into a decent level. Considering where he was when we started on plan, he's got it into a decent level. And I know he doesn't find being consistent with his movement the easiest, but he's all right, right? He's all right. You know, he's not. He's certainly the movement he's done is, and to be fair to Callum, he has found what he does now a little bit tough, but he's got his head down and he's got it done, right? But he's not. I don't think he'd say he's flogged his guts out to do it. He has found it quite hard to motivate himself to do it, but when he's actually gone up and done it, I don't think he's found it like stupidly strenuous. I might be wrong there. Let me scan up. I'm looking at Benidorm around May, June next year. Give me time to save up. Best time to go to Benidorm is the week I've just gone in June. I know the dates obviously change very, very slightly, but the dates I've just gone in June, it's like the second to last week of June or something like that. It's always the cheapest to go. It really, really, that's why I've been the last 3 years on that week. And it's just when you get the best deal. I don't know why. It just does something about it. I'll be going again next year on that week. So the first week of June, flights with TUI were like $250. Second week of June, flights with TUI were $250. The week we went, they were $130 quid. Same flight. Don't ask me why. No idea why. Anyway, I'm gonna when the flights are released. It's too early yet. September, you'll have to. January, you probably have to have a look. I would have thought it'd be a bit too early yet. TUI will have the flights out now, though. TUI do. Like Jet2, Ryanair, and they're all the same. They're all a bit cheaper. EasyJet. They're normally 9 months in advance for short haul. So they'll be, they won't be a million miles away. They'll be like end of September, October for the end of June. TUI will have them out though. Now, have a look. Honestly, second to last week of June. Just go through June, Saturday to Saturday, something like that. I've just sent someone an invitation. Please ignore it. I did it by accident. Such a great deal to join at the moment. Definitely worth taking advantage of. Thank you, Faye. I am getting bit to death for this flight. It is absolutely driving me potty. Do steps create a bigger deficit by a huge difference? Yes, steps do. So I've just talked there about exercise. And exercise, like if you go to the gym 3 days a week, which is a lot for a lot of people, you'll increase your calorie burn by 100 a day. Steps, again, it's all very subjective on fitness levels, how much you weigh, how fast you walk, but 10,000 steps a day on average for most people is going to burn at least 350 calories a day. And you can do steps every day. It's not as big a commitment as going to the gym every day because you can do steps in little pockets of time. You might be like, do you know what? I'm just going to go get 10 minutes in here, 10 minutes there. I've got to spare 10 minutes. Let's go get some steps in. I've done a bit of content today and I've recorded it stood up. Why? Because when I'm stood up, I'm moving about a little bit. It gets a few extra steps in. So, yeah, steps, So, if you can, some people will be like, if you do 70,000 steps a week, 10,000 steps a day on average, you're going to increase your calorie burn by 350 a day. You go to the gym 3 days a week, you're going to increase it by 100 a day. So steps are 3 times more, are going to increase your deficit or going to burn 3 times as many calories. But if you said to someone, what's more beneficial, doing 10,000 steps a day or going to the gym 3 days a week for weight loss, a lot of people go, gym. It isn't. Get them steps in. That's priority. If you can then add some exercise in on top, that is the cream. Just chucking my phone up. Well, I was bringing my phone forward and forgot I got it plugged in. I need to get a wireless. I need to get what they call. I've got one in bedroom where my phone just hooks onto it and it just charges. Like a wireless charger, MagSafe. I need to get a MagSafe charger in here for it. That's how. I'm so Mr. Technology. I've literally got every bit of kit for vlogging and stuff under the sun. Well, for what I need. And I've not even got a wireless bloody charger for my phone in the office. Anyway, there we go. First world problems. Get my flights to Malaga in January, €130 turn. That's cheap. Yeah, it's cheap. Should be cheap that time of year. I'm actually looking at going to Benidorm again. I haven't told Rachel yet. We always have a lad's day out. We always have a lad's day out. Christmas lad's day out. Lots. Normally mid-December. We went last year, 14th of December, right? And we went out, we met at dinner time, had a few beers at the gym. Yes, there is a bar in our gym. It's actually a bar because it's Ruby Hall, it's a holiday park. It's actually the bar for the holiday park, but it's underneath the gym. Anyway, so we met there, we had a few beers, and then we went out, went into Blackpool, went to this like flight club, not flight club, but like a flight club from Wish in Blackpool. Went there, blah blah blah. Taxis here, taxis there. Ended up in the casino. Ended up somewhere else. I think I did over 200 quid. Did about 200 quid for a day out. Right. I don't go out that often, so I didn't mind. We could have gone to Benidorm. It was £38 return for a flight. On Friday morning, come back Sunday afternoon, 38 quid. Could have got a 2-bed apartment for 2 nights for about the same each, about 150 quid between 4 of us. And then it's cheap as chips. So I am looking at going for 2 nights before. I'm looking at, maybe 3, but working on the Friday doing check-ins, 7 o'clock flight out to Benidorm Friday night. We'll get there about midnight. All day Saturday, all day Sunday. Come back at 11 a.m. Monday in December. Possibly looking at that. Possibly. We'll see. I don't know. It's cheap. It'd be cheaper than going out around Blackpool for the day. So it's not a money thing. It's just if we can get the lads, if we can all get a pass to go, that's the key. I love when people lose weight and now believe they are qualified to help people. Oh, I don't believe it. I am qualified to help people. Would you like to see my qualifications? I get it for you. Oh, yeah. These are only 2. I can go and get my level 3 nutrition. That's in the other side in the office there. But yeah, there you go. Take a screenshot if you want. What's your name? Kevin James 1900. Screenshot that, Badger. Then screenshot that. That covers me for all my insurance purposes and this, that, and the other. And I've lost a lot of weight. And I've also spent more time researching weight loss, even though I've lost a lot of weight, than you have creating a proper non-fake TikTok profile. But anyway, there you go. I just like to use it as a thing to flash my qualifications. I don't mind doing that. Cheers for asking, Kevin, my man. So what do you do, Kevin James, other than create fake profiles on TikTok and just go around going, what are you up to? It's crazy that other online coaches don't take steps into account. They say everyone. I know it's madness. It's madness. Everyone walks. Everyone doesn't walk very far. The average steps for people in the UK is about 4,000 a day. That is it. So if you can get people to go from 4 to 10,000, of course that has to be taken into account. You know. Let me scan down. I'm still trying to get last stone off. So hard. Might get on the 1-to-1. Angela, the last stone is always the hardest to lose. Why? Why is that last stone the hardest to lose? Couple of reasons. Number one, when we are a stone away from target, subconsciously, we're actually happy with where we are at. We are just chasing a number. And when you're subconsciously happy with where you're at and you're just subconsciously chasing a number, the motivation to be consistent is hard. It doesn't matter whether you've got a stone to lose or 10 stones to lose. You go into a calorie day. Anyone here that's 11 stone, right, and you want to get down to 10, right, you stick to a 3,500 calorie deficit for 14 weeks, you'll lose that stone, it'll be gone. So why is it tough? Well, there's less margin forever the lighter we are, right? Because we burn a lot less calories. Someone that's 11 stone burns a lot less calories than someone that's 14, that's 25 stone, right? So when we're 25 stone, the bigger we are, the more inaccurate our actual calorie allowance can get, right? There's more margin there, right? Because, when I was 37 stone, I burnt 100 calories getting off the sofa. Probably burnt 55, because that's my body's got the weight my body is holding is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, So just doing anything burnt a lot of calories. Whereas, at 11 stone to burn 100 calories, you've probably got to walk for 30, 40, 50 minutes, So there is a lot less margin for error. And our appetite actually doesn't decrease massively with weight loss. So, I've got a big appetite. I'm a big guy and I move a lot and I burn a lot of calories. If I was 6 stone lighter, my appetite would still be kind of what it is now, right? It would. So just because I've lost, is my appetite now any different to when I was 37 stone? No. Do I burn less calories than when I was 37 stone? Yeah, about 1,000 a day less because I move a hell of a lot more now than I did at 37 stone. But my appetite isn't really any different. The difference is now I've learned to control it. I had zero control over it at 37 stone. So, yeah, there's a few different things. And it can be tough. It is tough. It is tough. And that's why they say the last stone's the hardest to lose. It really, really is. But generally, sometimes it's much more of a psychological thing than a physical thing. Yeah. But if you come on, Angela, I will do my very, very, very best to help you. Where's Kevin gone? Oh, is Kevin still here? Oh, I like Kevin. Is Kevin not here anymore? Kevin made me get my qualifications out. I think Kevin's gone. Oh, let's have a little look. Oh, he's not here. Kevin's not here. Bye, Kevin. See you later, Chief. Right, let me scan up. Well, is it 9 o'clock yet? I am going at 9. I know I was a little bit late coming on, but I'm going at 9. I am ready for bed. What's going on? I'm going to the old side of Ben in October for a week. I love Benidorm. That's where I go, so we stay in the old town. We always stay in the old town. Or on the edge of the old town. We stay on the edge of the old town, but New Town side, if that makes sense. That's where we or, well, 99% of the time we stayed there. We didn't this time. When we went in June, we stayed in the Rincon. I've stayed in the Rincon Deloitte before, but not for ages. Never stayed there with Rachel before. We stayed in the Rincon Deloitte because it's kind of the family area, and we took my niece. My niece is 15, so there's a lot of bars up that area that kids can. And she's 15. Put a dress on, a bit of makeup. We could have took her on the strip, but we didn't want to, right? We wanted to, and then my wife's cousin and her husband and their 3 kids come as well, and their kids are a lot younger. So if you go into the Rincon with kids, there's like the tropical bar. It doesn't matter whether your kids are 2 or doesn't matter, right? They can stay till 2 in the morning till they shut, you know, which is, you know, and a lot of people go, oh, you leave your kids out till we're on flipping holiday. Shut up. Yeah, they do. Take a pram, they fall asleep. Adults are having a couple of drinks. Everyone's safe. Everyone's happy. Everyone goes home to bed. Everyone's having a good time. I did that as a kid with my parents. Didn't do me any harm, apart from getting to 37 stone. But yeah, so yeah, there's all different areas, but we normally stay the old town, and that's when me and Rach go in a couple of weeks' time, we'll just go around the old town. We love it. We love it. We've got our favourite little bars. We're very much we're just very routine. We even know what we're doing day to day. Right? It's already planned out. Restaurants are booked. Things are planned out. Everything's all done. Hunky dory. What we're doing. But again, when we've been as many times as we have, we know where we like to go and we know what we like to do. So we're just very, very regimented. We'll start calling you Mateo. You can. In fact, this is how sad we are. We have when we went in June, the week before we went, we started watching Benidorm again, this TV series. We're on episode 4 of season 10 at the moment. So we're finishing it off before we go again. Yeah, I know. Don't judge me. Like what I like. I never judge you. Don't judge me. All right. If you're there in hang on. Let's say. I can confirm Neil is a great. Oh yeah, Ryan. He went to. I think I probably flogged him to death, telling him. And bless Ryan. I sent him a list of all the bits and pieces. Like I didn't send him a list of everything. To be fair, I could have doubled it, but kind of like bits and bits that I thought he might enjoy and this, that, and that. And fair play to Ryan. You tried to tick everything off. You did good, mate. You did. Going to Benidorm in October. Can't wait. First time, girls only 2 messages. Oh God, everyone's going to. That's the thing with Benidorm at the moment. It is the place to go. I have never seen it as busy as when I went in June. I have never seen Alicante Airport when we come home as busy. It was bonkers. I'm glad it was because it got me £1,000 compensation back from TUI because we had a big delay. Bit annoying at the time. Brilliant when I got my money into my bank account. But yeah, Benidorm is the, you know, like different resorts just become really popular. Benidorm this year is manic. The amount of people I've seen going on TikTok and stuff like that, it is getting packed. And there must have been an inkling about it because they have built so many new bars. There are so many new bars on the strip and knocking about. The investment has been millions spent on it. So yeah, there must have been some sort of inkling that this blow up was kind of going to happen. But yeah, it's absolutely packed at the moment. I just hope. I don't think it will. I just hope it doesn't affect the prices because it is cheap. It's as cheap as expensive as you want to make it. Like I said, there, pina colada in the old town's €12. That isn't that cheap. But you know, you go to Uncle Ron's in the Rincon and it's €1 a beer. Right, I was there every day when I was there in June, at least for a couple. It's great, and the beer's good. It's not a bad pint. It's just. In fact, I was talking to the owner about it, and he sells it for no profit. He says, "I buy it at €1." So he said every bar gets a Strega di Levante for €1, and they sell it for 2, and they make €1 a beer. He said, "I do it for nothing because it just drags people in," and it did. I got it. I'm sat there having a €1 beer, and the group of 10 lads would come in like on a stag do, 10 Madries at €4 a beer. It's like, it's €1 a beer here. And one of them had the €1. I'll have €1. And they're like, oh, I don't want €1 beer. It'd be disgusting. It'd be bottom at barrel or it'd be out of date. It's nice. It's just, I just sell it as he said, I've had the bar for years. I own it. I don't owe any rent on it. I can afford to do it. But he said, it actually makes me big. So I was like, fair enough. He's a dead nice guy, actually. I've never been in before either. The amount of times I've been to Benidorm, it's good. We went to Benidorm Live. I've never done that. If you've been to Benidorm Live, you're a bigger Benidorm geek than I am, and I love you for it. I stayed at the Sol Pelicans a couple of years back because I'm a fan of that TV show. Again, I've never stayed there. There's a reason why I've never stayed there. I've always said to Rach, I might do one night there, but it is a. I mean, Sarah, you might have liked it. It's not the best hotel, and it's actually very expensive for the quality of hotel it is. It's in a good location, and the pool area is amazing. And the pool area that you see in the TV show is actually the only bit, apart from the latest series, where they do actually start using a couple of the rooms. In the first few series, the rooms that they use are the old, really old-fashioned apartment blocks behind it. Anyway, there we go. Right, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. But we've talked about all sorts. We always do it nighttime. Nighttimes always go a little bit different. We have done weight loss. We've done weight loss and travel. A little bit of weather. Guys, I'm back tomorrow morning. I am back with you at 8:30 in the morning. 8:30 tomorrow. I'm back Wednesday morning at 8:30 this week. If you're on plan, right, and you want, I'm going to do, I did mention this in a text. I'm going to put it in. I put the link in tomorrow. When I put the link in for tomorrow's Weight Loss Coaching Live and Wednesday night's Everything Weight Loss Zoom, I will put the link in tomorrow for Wednesday. I'm going to do a Zoom at 7:15 just about the challenge. I've had a lot of questions about it. I've had quite a lot of new people sign up to plan. A few people have been, I think there's been a bit of chatting in the WhatsApp group. A few people are like, I really want to do the plan, but I'm dead worried I won't be able to do my steps. I won't be able to do that. No, I will set your steps out for you. All right. You can do the steps that I give. Don't get me wrong. If, I set you out an amount of steps and halfway through the challenge, you twist your knee or you do something like that, I'll adjust them for you. But everything is everything is perfectly, you can do it. You can do it. Does it take a bit more effort and but that's a challenge, right? That's the thing. It's a challenge. It's not, a challenge shouldn't be easy. A challenge shouldn't be easy. It doesn't need to be hard. It shouldn't be ridiculously hard. Sometimes I think I make it too easy in a way. And I am going to change that a little bit this time. Don't scare anyone. I'm going to make it quite tricky to get full points. That's what I'll say, right? It doesn't, and I'm always very wary of doing this because I don't want people to really go crazy. It is meant to be a lifestyle change. But if you get, when I do full points normally, I think it's quite achievable. This time, to get full points, you're going to feel like you've deserved those full points. That's all I'll say. But it is going to be, it will still be, it's not going to be any, I never make anyone do 20,000 steps unless you do 20. Those are my worst challenges. Trying to put like the bits into the challenge is based around calories and steps. I do have some clients that just either through work or just because they're crazy or a mix of both, they do a lot of steps. No, I'm only joking. But they do a lot of steps. So I can't really put their challenge in around steps because they blitz them. I'm not going to ask someone that does 20,000 steps to start doing 25,000 steps a day. That ain't happening. I think you're mental for doing 20,000 steps a day. Obviously, if it's with work, it's, it's just kind of part of it, isn't it? But anyway, all will be revealed. But the challenge, anyone can win it. It's suitable for anyone. Anyone can win it. Anyway, I'm going to do a Zoom just for half an hour. I'm going to witter on. If you've got any questions whatsoever, I'll do another message tomorrow. Write the questions down. It's going to be a Zoom where I'm just going to be talking. You're not going to be able to come on and talk. You can use the chat box to ask questions, and I'll do a Q&A with them. I'll talk about the challenge, exactly what it is. You can ask questions, and then I'll put it out there so hopefully we'll cover absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. Anyway, there we go. I'm going. I said I was going at 9. It's now 9:05. The wife's looking at me. She's not in the same room as me, by the way. I'm in my office, which is in the back garden. She's in our bedroom, which is also in the back garden. Right? You live in the back? No, we live in a bungalow, and our bedroom backs onto the back garden. So she's like, "Are you going to bed? What?" In fact, I think she's in bed. It's quite dark in there. She might actually be packing. She's selling loads of. My wife's massively into books. Since she's gone back to work, she's not reading, and she does this. She gets fixated on things for about 18 months and then loses interest. So she's currently selling a lot of books on Vinted. Anyway, if you're into books, she's got a lot of books. Like, I don't know what she does. They're like, the genre is, in fact, some of my clients post books and she's like, oh yeah, I've read that. So I know some of you guys do. And she goes to these book events and stuff. But anyway, I don't know what the genre is. It's kind of like rude, but not rude stuff. I don't know. Like soft porn. Not soft porn. I don't know what it is. It is romance, but a bit more risque romance. I have no idea. Am I making out my wife to sound like an average? Someone help me out here. Someone knows what Rachel does. Someone knows what Rachel reads. Because some of you guys, that's an Instagram, by the way. Go follow my wife's Instagram, Rachel Reads or Rach Reads. Right? Like, what are you making out your wife to? What does your wife read? Anyway, go follow her Instagram, Rach Reads. She puts pictures of all the books, and then you're like, right, I get it. Anyway, sorry, Rach. She'll go on a live. If she ever goes on a live with me, people are like, tell us about this book collection. Anyway, there we go. That's it. I'm out of here. I'll see you at 8:30 in the morning. TikTok. Have a great evening. And Facebook, YouTube. Exactly the same. Have a lovely evening. I'll be back 8:30 in the morning.